Hi, I'm Dan from Real Mac Software, and welcome back to the fourth episode of the RapidWeaver Elements Developer Diary. Now this week we're going to be looking at fonts again. Now I know previously we looked at Google Fonts and how easy they were to add to a RapidWeaver project, but we got a lot of feedback saying, well, that's great, but I don't want to link to Google, I want to add my own custom fonts. So I'm going to show you how to do that in Elements now. I set up this basic website for the purpose of this demo, and I've got some little blocks of text overlaying some images here. So what we're going to do, if I select this, you can see I've picked my font family and style here, and these are defined in the Theme Studio. So let's open up the Theme Studio, and I've already got font family selected here. So if we select this heading, you'll see the font family is set to title. And that's here, so that's set to title, and we can customize these, and this will obviously live update in the site, and we can now pick from a few different options. We've got font name, font resources, and Google font. But first look at font name. So this is really handy if you want to just type in your standard font names. Now let me hop over to this website. Now this is a great website because it has font stacks that are very common and work across a lot of modern OSs. So what we can do is we can look for the one, let me bring that back. We can look for the one we like. Let's have a look here. We could pick a mono-spaced font. So I can pick this, and if I just copy this little line of text here, I can come back, let's get RapidWeaver in view. I can come back here and I can just paste that in there, and you'll notice that updates instantly. And if we go back and maybe we want, what's this, Rounded Sans, and this will do its best to pick a font that is supported on your system that's rounded. So let's paste that in, and you can see that's updated there. So that's a really simple way of using standard system fonts to apply different font styles. Now it gets kind of more exciting when we go to font resources. And before we go to font resources, we're going to need to add some fonts to our project, because right now if I go over to my site resources, all I've got is these images that are used on the page, but we want to add some fonts. So how do we do that? Well, we simply go to the Finder, and I've got my fonts that I've already downloaded here. Now there's lots of sites on the internet where you can get these from. There's dafont.com, which has loads of free fonts on them, and you can just download and use them. And obviously there's Google Fonts, and you can download these fonts. So you can say get font, and then you can download it. And I've already done that because you don't need to see me downloading fonts. Right. So I've collected a few fonts, and I've got them here in my fonts folder. So what I can do, I can just take this folder of all my fonts and I can drop it into resources. And now that has added all these to my site. So I've got these, and it's kept the folder structure and the names and everything. And what's quite nice about this is that we can actually preview these before we use them. So if I right click and say show info, we get this little inspector panel, and you will have seen this before in previous videos because it handles a lot of things. So now I can obviously see, I'm seeing the preview of my items there. But if I go into fonts, now I get a preview of the actual font. So I can scroll down through these. Let's turn that down, and just scrolling through, and I can quickly see how the different fonts look. So this is super handy for reference, so I know, I can look through and think, what font did I want? So that's all great. So they're there, but now we need to apply. We want to apply some of these to our title. So what we'll do is we'll go back into the Theme Studio, and we'll select Font Resources. Now it's currently empty, and it says drop font resource here. So what we're going to do is let's take. We could take Moonchild, for example. What's that? Yeah, we could drop that in there, and you'll see that instantly updates to that font, and I could drop that across there, and let's get rid of that one, and now it's using this font. So it's pretty cool. Now there is, I'm going to, on some fonts, you want to kind of specify normal and bold fonts and italic, and let me show you how this works. So if we're going to do subheading, and let me go on font resources. So the subheading here. So this subheading, set to subheading, and we're going to drop in a font, and let's just go with Merriweather Regular. And there we are. So that's fine. So that's done that. But what happens is if we make this italic, it's not actually using Merriweather Italic from over here. It's just taking this font and slanting it. So it's not a true italic font. It's kind of like a fake italic. And if you know anything about fonts, you know this already. So what you need to do is we need to give RapidWeaver the italic version as well. And we can do that by, again, we've got Merriweather Italic. We can just drop this in here. And when I do, watch this text change. Do you see that? I'll do that again. If you watch the text here, let me just move this down. And if you watch the text here, as I delete this, it will go back to using Merriweather Regular, but the kind of fake slanted version. And again, I just drop that in, and now it's using the proper italic version. And we can obviously do that for bold as well. And we can do this for as many font styles as we need or we're going to use in our site. So it's really powerful and really easy to do this and to customize the fonts, you know. So yeah, it's again a very nice way to work. We can delete that, and I could just drag in another one, you know. Controlling the fonts like this is great, and it's obviously good for GDPR if you're worried about or if you have to adhere to that, because you can just download the fonts and then drop them in. You know, because Merriweather, that's straight from Google Fonts, but I've downloaded it rather than hot linking to their site. So it's really good. And the Theme Studio, again, such a nice way to work, because I can, in here, what I'm using title style there for the style, and we've currently got it set to a custom font, and I can easily just change the size of that. Super easy, you know, just do that. Great way to work, I think. So yeah, that's how we're currently handling custom fonts in RapidWeaver Elements. So that's based on your feedback that you gave us. You know, you said this was really important and we needed this in there. So I think we've implemented it in a really easy to use way, and I haven't seen it this nicely implemented or easy to use in any other web design apps. So yeah, let me know what you think about this feature. Is this what you wanted? Does this do what you need it to do? Yeah, all feedback is welcome. So thanks for watching, and I will be back next week with another video on RapidWeaver Elements. All right, thanks. Bye.